How do you set up your business online so when somebody Googles your MSP or MSP near me, your business shows up first, or at least shows up in the relative search area? That is what we're going to be covering in today's video. My name is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. We help MSPs with sales training and marketing. Before I get into it, I do want to mention two quick things. Number one, we have created a pricing tool that'll make your life a million times easier. There's a link down below. You can go check it out. It is a full training on how to actually use it and how to price it so you're not losing money every month and you know how much money you're actually making every single time you get to a sale. There's a whole training attached to it. I highly recommend checking it out. It'll be the first link down below. Number two is come hang out with us in the Discord. There is a rapid growing community of people. We are well over 300 and it is super cool to see. It is people from just starting their MSP all the way into the 7 and even some 8-figure businesses in there. So come hang out with us. Once again, the link is down below, or growth-generators.com/Discord. So let's talk about setting up the most important thing. And this is something that you should be doing on day one because it just takes time. It takes time for Google to verify who you say you actually are. Now, you're probably thinking, Harrison, what is this? And I'm not going to make you wait. It is called Google My Business, but there is a way to set this up correctly so that way you can really be successful. Because without it, yes, you might get found on Google, but the likelihood is way lower, especially if your MSP services a geographic location. And what I mean by that is a county, a state, especially if you're one of those smaller states, or a section of a state. But otherwise, if you're like, hey, I want to do business with only this type of client all throughout the country, this, while it will help you and it's something that you should do, is not nearly as vital. Now, I'm going to show you guys the good and the bad. What happens if you don't get verified, how to actually get verified, and even if you're starting from your house, how to get verified so somebody doesn't really see your home address, but they can understand that you service the actual area. So that is the actual process. Now, before I actually show it to you, because we're going to dive into my computer here, a Google My Business profile is the best thing to have because, believe it or not, most companies are not searching for you on Yelp. They're really not looking for you on any other platform. Google is kind of the industry standard at this point. Even Yellow Pages or other directories, yeah, you could get listed in there, but they are not nearly as important as getting listed on Google, as I'm sure you're actually aware. Now, there are some things that you have to be aware of. As you make your Google My Business profile, once you make it, you kind of can't really unmake it unless you really change the name and put permanently closed on there. That's really it. You can go and back and update it as much as you want, but every review that you get, good or bad, is kind of stuck to you like glue until you actually close down the business. You can fight that. That's a whole video for another day if you do get a fake review, but just be aware, by you committing to doing this, you know that you're creating something basically permanent. Now, I will say, in the MSP world, it is very, very hard to get reviews. The more reviews you can get, especially positive ones, are going to help you get found more and more and more. So there is a lot of good with it. And you can put your hours in there, what you do, if you do have a facility, anything like that, your typical customers. And I will give you some tips, tricks, and some secrets along the way that I've found that work really, really well. So let's jump into my computer here. First thing you're going to do, as you could probably guess, is Google My Business. You're just going to Google it, Google My Business. And it's going to give you probably won't have this because I have a bunch of Google My Business accounts that I manage, but you're going to be able to see Google My Business get listed on Google. It's usually the first one. It's never anything else. This is service login. This is your Google Business profile. Don't worry about that. All these other ones, don't worry about that. It's almost always going to be your first one. Now, I've preloaded this. It should look just like this. If you're curious, google.com/business. And you will get this by the end of it. You're probably not going to be Detroit Voltage. You're going to be something else, but hey. And it'll tell you free, easy, personalized. It'll talk you all through this whole thing. Don't worry about any of that. It should say either manage now or start Now, once you click that, you're going to be prompted to a page that looks just like this, Google Business Profile Manager. And these are all the accounts that I manage, and I manage a whole bunch of other ones on different emails, but we're not getting too much into that. But in here, you're going to be able to start to see a couple different things. You're going to be able to see a store code, you're going to see a business, you're going to see a status, and then in here you can edit, add images, and last but not least, create profiles. And then you can see your profile. Now, I'm going to make a fake new business because I'm not going to get it verified on purpose, so we don't create fake businesses around the world. First, you're going to go to and you're going to select add business. And by the way, there's a little sidebar here, reviews, verifications, all that kind of stuff. You're probably only going to be managing one, and this is not a service I would recommend ever setting up for clients. Let them do this. Add a single business or import businesses, because if you're doing a lot of businesses, obviously you're going to want to do that. In this case, we're going to add a single business. And next, we're going to come up with the business name and the business category. In this case, we're going to call it Growth Generators MSP. Create a business with this name, and then a business category, right? So we could write in and it'll start to give you stuff. So it's MSP is not going to come up. Managed service, nope. IT, maybe. It's usually like computer. And this is why you'll probably start to get some kind of phone calls that somebody's like, hey, I found you online. They've been broadening this quite a bit, but it used to be like computer repair was really the only thing. Used computer store, like it just didn't make sense. They've since added quite a few. It's probably still not as thorough as it actually could be, but hey, I'm not Google. I don't work for Google. I have no affiliation with Google. I just use their products and services, and they work fairly well. So let's get into this. We have, as I've already been speaking, it is Google Support and Services. Perfect. Then you're going to hit Next. And this is actually building your profile. So if you stop along the way here, it doesn't actually complete it, so you can't go back and edit it. You do have to get to a certain point to where it's actually created, and then you can go back and edit it. Do you want to add a location customers can visit, like a store office? If you say yes, it's going to ask you. If you say no, right, you don't actually have a physical location. Now, if you're working from your house, you want to say no. If you have a physical location, whether that's an industrial park, commercial building, if you want people to know your house, if you're paying for a WeWork space or some kind of co-working space, you can hit yes. In this case, I'll hit no because I know most people are going to be doing no. And it's going to ask you, where do you serve your customers? In this case, right, it says Manhattan, New York as an option. I'm going to do Charlotte, North Carolina. And you could pick, and you could add more to this. The more you add, the more grandiose, the larger of an area it's going to be. I'm over in Charlotte, so I'm just going to pick Charlotte. Next is going to be your phone number. So you do have to have a phone number. Now, pro tip, if you don't want to put out your personal cell phone number, I don't blame you. You can easily go get a Google Voice number. Now, you can choose to have it as a business line. What I would recommend is start with a personal. It's free, and then go to a business line. Or if you're going to do phones and you plan on doing quite a bit of phones, just go get a phone number from Ring Central. That would be my best bet. Personally, out my Google Voice forwards directly to my cell phone. I know every single time. And the nice part about Google Voice, I can call right through my computer, as you can with most VoIP providers. It makes it nice and easy, and it's a free option there. But you're going to be able to go through, you're going to be able to attach that phone number. And next is going to be your website. So phone number, I'm going to just look up my Google My Business phone number, and I'm going to drop it in. Now, you don't even need a website on day one to actually start this. If you do have one, great. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. Now, if it's already associated, it could get flagged as it's with another account, right? Please verify your mailing address. So this is where Google wants you to say, hey, this is where we live. Now, what happens in this, if you've never gone through this before, is you're going to fill out this information. And I'm not going to go fill this information out because I don't want to go create a fake company. But what happens is you fill out this information. In this case, if you're working from home, you can just pick your home. I live just outside of Charlotte. I could happily do that if I was starting an MSP in Charlotte. Wherever you're located, you can have to your home. Now, what happens is you just get a piece of mail that comes in. It's a big square. It's probably like 3x5, maybe even a little bit bigger than that. It says Google right across it, and it's sealed on all sides. You're going to tear those off, and there's going to be like a 7-digit number combination type thing. you only have about 10 days to go put that into your computer and verify your location. Now, you can re-verify as many times as you actually want. It's free every single time. But just be aware that when you get that, so if you're going to go do this, the first time Google's like, hey, we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt, but if we don't see it in that time period, they immediately bring you down off of Google to say, hey, you're not verified. And they just want to see that you're actually a real business. Whether or not you work from your house or you work from an office, they just want to make sure that if you're creating a Google business account, it's not a lie. It's something that you're pretty serious with. So that's the cool part about this. You're going to go verify it, and it's going to ask you a couple bits of additional information through this whole process. But that's how the real verification process actually works. It's just a letter that comes to your house. You will be in limbo. Depending on where it is, it might take longer to actually get to you. It just is what it is. I've gotten it literally in 2 days, and for other customers, I've gotten it in like 2 weeks. It takes super long. Google, keep in mind, I know I just said 10 days. They know when they mail it out. And they also know, depending on where it's going, it could take significantly longer to arrive. Here in the United States Postal Service is fairly reliable. But if you're in other countries, it could be dependent on how long it's actually going to take and where that mail is usually coming from. Now, in most cases, if they know that, they're going to give you 10 days. I've seen it run past that. But there is like an extension, like a hidden extension window. If you run past that, they're going to make you re-verify. I've had customers just forget about it. They're like, oh, I threw that thing out like 5 times. I thought it was spam. It's not. It's just Google saying, hey, if we're really going to be serious about taking your business to the next level, you have to be able to go in and update and edit those areas. So that is really, really important, but it's just a handful of questions on the areas that you serve and your address and all that stuff to prove that you're a real business. After you go through that, you're basically done. That's really it. I know that sounds kind of crazy. Now I'm going to just show you guys some little back end here. I'm going to just jump right in here and you'll see like verification required. And if you hit get verified, it's going to pick up now right where we left off. It wants to prove that that's a real business. So I'm just going to use my own business to walk you guys through how simple this actually is. It's going to ask you right after that page all about your business. So you're going to have your business name, your business categories, what it's actually doing, right? My old business description, my opening date when I actually started my business, and it is currently at the time of recording this, a solid, hopefully my math is correct here, but 6 years later. So happy anniversary to me. Additional phone numbers, if there's additional phone numbers, so 704, I don't even know where the 704 phone number came, I know where that came from. Your current, previous, right? We used to be called Barron Media Group, surprise, surprise. And you'll see social profiles. That's completely new. This is my old business location. If you mail or you have fan mail that you want to send there, you're welcome to. I will still get it. 650 Montauk Highway, Suite number 8, Bayport, New York, 11705, United States. If you send anything there, I will get it. I do accept $100 bills. I would appreciate that. I'm just kidding. But hey, I would love to wear your apparel, if I'm being honest. And then service areas, right? United States, you want to be as specific as possible. And then hours, right? 9 to 4. Who wants that 9 to 5 life? And then you can add in additional, like special hours for holidays, adding more hours for drive-thrus. They make this for everybody. You might see things throughout this process that you are completely unfamiliar with. Don't sweat it. This will walk you directly through it. And then from the business, if you want to add any additional information, accessibility, amenities, if you're accepting people to come visit, crowd, planning, all of this good stuff. And it even works if you're by appointment only. And after all that, you're going to fill all this kind of stuff out. You're going to wait to get verified. You're going to hit verify. And then you could go through and start adding those images. So you'll actually be able to upload images directly to your Google My Business profile where you will actually see them here. So you'll see 157 customer interactions. You can edit your profile, read your reviews. You can add photos in here. And you'll be able to actually see this. And it'll tell you how strong your profile actually is. Q&A if you want to advertise, edit services, edit products that you're offering, bookings, and it'll walk you through it. Google wants, believe it or not, to support you in your business ventures. They want to connect customers that really need help to people that can really help them. The more information that you put in here, I promise you, the more phone calls, emails, text messages that you're going to get. It's just that simple. So I implore you to go check this out. And they even have data on it. You can see how many people are coming and going and what they're visiting. Now, they do use Google My Business and Google Search Console as well for this, but they want you to advertise where they're coming from. Google Search, desktop, mobile. Again, Google Maps, Google Search, all of that good stuff. And then search breakdowns. I don't know why I'm showing up for this, but hey, I don't care about that, politics aside. Calls that you're getting, messages, bookings, directions, website clicks. It'd be very weird for me because of what I do for more of this to be happening. But hey, this is a nice little time zone in here. It'll tell you all about it. But getting that data, especially when you're a small local MSP and trying to do business in the area, this is gold. Spend the time, set it up, customize it, and treat this kind of like a social media channel. Every time you go post on Instagram, post on Google My Business. Google My Business favors people that are constantly using it over and over and over again. Nice little pro tip there. Most people only set it up once and never touch it again. Add pictures. Google wants to see it, and your future customers want to see it. Hope this video helps you guys. I love the heck out of you guys. Like I said before, check out that masterclass to go grab the pricing calculator. It is an absolute game changer for your business. Come hang out with us in the Discord. I love you guys. I'll see you guys later. Till next time.